I'm about to say something outrageous right now, so prepare yourself. I want to give you access to a secret psychological technique that will literally force your ex to forgive you for everything and desire you so badly that they will literally chase you around like crazy. I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now and pay very close attention to this free presentation, as it won't remain online for too long. Do you know that by pushing a few emotional hot buttons already located in your ex's mind, you can influence him or her to your way of thinking, and make them feel a very strong inner urge to be with you again, desire you again, love you again? Imagine how good you will feel when the very person who was acting distant and avoiding you like the plague suddenly comes running to you, wraps his or her arms around you, hugs you so tight that it almost hurts, and gently whispers the 4 magic words that you were dying to hear from them. I want you back. Imagine how exhilarating it will be when the very person who never wanted to see your face is begging you to take them back. Imagine how relieved you will feel when you finally see that dark cloud of depressing emotions starting to dissolve and experience an instant release of tension and heartache to finally feel at ease. Imagine how great it will be to finally wake up in the morning without feeling heavy or tense. Imagine how euphoric you will feel when your ex finally calls you and tells you how much they have missed you, how badly they want to be with you, how sorry they are for everything, and promise to never let you go again. What if I showed you exactly how you can use this psychological technique to not only get your ex back, but to trigger a unique kind of attraction which is so intense that they will never want to lose you again? And what if I further told you that this secret was so disgustingly simple that you'd kick yourself in the gut for not having discovered it earlier? Once you understand how to use this psychological technique, you will have an unfair advantage in every situation you encounter with your ex. You will feel a sense of power in your relationship like never before, and will have a wide grin plastered across your face because you will be able to make your ex feel extra passionate for you whenever you feel like it. This very thing will give you the power to make your ex feel a strong inner desire to touch you, hold you, and be with you all the time. They will struggle to think of anyone else but you. I can promise that you will feel a sudden jolt of excitement rush through your body once you understand how easy this really is. I know it sounds too good to be true and even impossible right now, but I can personally promise that after you finish watching this short presentation, you will know exactly how to use this psychological technique and will be blown away with the results you achieve with it. Trust me, this is one of the most important videos you are ever going to see. What you're going to discover about your ex from this video might be the most important 5 minutes you ever spend. My name is Ryan Hall, and I'm not some big relationship guru or a psychologist with a fancy PhD to my name. In fact, I am an everyday average guy. And here's a painful story which you will definitely relate to. My girlfriend had been avoiding my calls for quite some time, and I knew that she had wanted to break up. I still remember that day very vividly. I was pacing around my room anxiously with the phone in my hand, grinding my teeth really hard and nervously trying to dial my girlfriend's number. It started to ring and she finally answered. After a few minutes of conversation, in a very distant and cold tone, she said, "I'm sorry, Ryan. We can't be together anymore," and hung up. Utter silence on the line cut through the tiny bit of hope I was holding on to. I felt hot all of a sudden, and tears began to burn their way down my cheeks. An intense amount of desperation flooded my body as I realized that I lost her, possibly forever. The pain was so bad that it felt like someone had punched me really hard in the stomach. It was utterly unbearable. I was driven absolutely crazy by the very fact that I might never see her again. I understood that I could fill oceans with my tears, but this situation wouldn't resolve by itself. I had to take some action, and that too fast. This is where I began my desperate search for solutions. I collected a bunch of relationship psychology books and read them page to page. I sucked every little to big piece of information like a super powerful vacuum cleaner sucks dust. I don't know if it was a matter of pure coincidence or sheer luck, but I couldn't believe what I had stumbled upon. It was a perfect psychological recipe to not only get your ex back, but to keep them attracted to you for as long as you please. Overwhelmed by this new discovery, I slowly started applying this to my situation. What happened next was something I could never have imagined. My ex-girlfriend was at my doorstep, crying, telling me how much she missed me, how much she regrets her decision to let me go, and how badly she wants me back in her life. I was literally shell-shocked. I knew this technique would work, but I didn't know it would work this well and this fast. I shared this exact formula with one of my friends in a similar situation, and he had his ex calling him like crazy and begging him to get back together. I also shared this exact same technique with my cousin and helped her go from a point where her husband of 3 years had literally abandoned her to the point where he was begging her for forgiveness and wanted her to give him another chance. In the coming months, my friends started referring their friends to me for relationship help. As funny as it sounds, I was being referred to as a relationship expert at this point. But one thing was a fact. I had the exact step-by-step recipe anyone could use and get their ex